So I actually started cooking around my junior year in high school, and I remember around that time I was getting really into cooking YouTube videos, and that's what kind of inspired me to get in the kitchen and actually try out some recipes. And the thing I like most about cooking is actually not just, cooking good meals for yourself, but also seeing the, reward that you get when other people enjoy your food as well and serving that to your loved ones. So I don't actually have a favorite dish to cook. I'm kind of an indecisive person when it comes to that. But I'd say recently I'm getting into Chinese food and Chinese cuisine a lot. And specifically, it's introduced a lot of new ingredients that I never really had before in my diet. And one example of that is tofu. I had never really eaten tofu before, but after learning some recipes and adopting them and learning the techniques, I've actually been able to come up with dishes that I thoroughly enjoy that are delicious to me using tofu. So some important things that I would recommend to have in your kitchen to be successful in the kitchen. First of all, above anything else, you have to have a sharp knife. Without a sharp knife, you're putting yourself in danger of cutting yourself, and it just makes it so much easier cutting vegetables and also makes it quicker. Aside from that, I'd say some helpful tools are, for example, a fine mesh strainer. That's something that has much smaller holes than like a colander or a pasta strainer. So you would use that to strain out anything that you would need. And you find yourself in that situation a lot. So that's a big recommendation. And my final recommendation would probably be a microplane grater. And that's because they actually have much smaller teeth than regular box graters. And that helps you, grate much finer. For example, with garlic, you can grate it and it will have the consistency of chopped garlic. It's very convenient. So one piece of advice I would give to people who are starting off in the kitchen is don't beat yourself up if what you cook doesn't actually amount to what you expected. A lot of the times when I was first starting out and making recipes that I found online, they didn't come out exactly the way I had thought in my head that they would taste. And that's obviously not going to happen because that's your first time making the dish. What I would recommend is keep trying that recipe and try to master it before moving on to another one. And that way you can appreciate the techniques more and you can overall appreciate the end product whenever you cook it again.